go over some of the stabilizing effects of the extremities and what we have to do to stabilize the extremities in order to activate work to the core. So we're going to look at ankle motion, we're going to look at shoulder motion, we're going to look a little bit at knee motion. Knee motion doesn't do a whole lot, so we don't look a lot at it because it only flexes and extends if it's doing the right thing. But we're going to look at hip mechanics and also shoulder mechanics and a little bit elbow mechanics. So we're looking a lot at extremity motions in order to understand how to keep everything safe. So we will start where we usually start. We can start with our left foot on the block, left ball of the foot on the block. Your left heel is down, your knees are turned out, your feet are parallel. Abs are nice and tight, first, second, third chakras are on. Shoulder blades are down and back, heads over the top of the pelvic floor as we pump your hips forward. For learning how to mount on top of the hips, because what happens is a lot of times we don't completely get on the hips and we start walking around like this, then we get low back pain. But if we learn to mount the hips and stabilize with the core, we can have a completely different experience.
In fact, we just had a very athletic snowboarder come in for low back pain because he didn't warm up properly and he was snowboarding with a slight flexion, and so he loaded his back instead of his quads. As always, we're going to start with our ball of our foot on the block, heel is down, abs are nice and tight. You're sucking in that tummy, shoulder blades are down and back, you're just pumping those hips forward. Keep those abs engaged because we're learning how to mount over the top of the hips. So that's what we're doing right now. Abs are engaged, hip circles, get those hips moving. Try to get hip circles and not head circles. So your head's not moving all that much, it'll move some, but not a lot. Keep those abs engaged, shoulder blades are down and back. And now, opposite direction.
Really try to feel your abs lengthen and shorten as you do the hip circles.
Especially from side to side. Because this is ab work, not butt work. Okay, step forward, hips forward, step back, hips back. Still opening up that calf muscle. Abs are engaged, chest is up, head's over the top of your pelvic floor. No pressure into your low back because we're using muscles and not joints. Okay, and then you're just going to grab your roller. You take it out in front of you. We're going to stretch forward, straight spine. Let's see, I'll move this here. Both feet are parallel. Knees are over tops of feet. Your abs are engaged. Shoulder blades are down and back. You're stretching out, straight spine. Suck in that tummy. Now, in this position, I'll put the roller off this side. Bend and straighten your right leg. Oh, Wolfie came to join us in our little honeycomb. Bend and straighten.
8, 9, 10.
Okay, bend and straighten your left leg. Bend and straighten. Keep sucking in that tummy. Make sure that knee goes straight forward, straight back. Don't let it go medial. And then we're going to come back up nice and tall. Hips go forward, chest up, abs nice and tight. No pressure into your low back. You're going to bounce those hips forward. Bounce is not a good word. Let's use pump. Pump sounds like there's muscular control as you keep your abs engaged. You can really see how this affects upright posture. Let's switch sides. Ooh, stretch. Notice if this side feels tighter than the other or perceived tighter. Abs are nice and tight. We're going to mount those hips. Abs are engaged. Pump those hips forward. Tight.
Tight.
Make sure those knees are over the tops of your feet and your feet are parallel. Abs are nice and tight. Suck in that tummy. No pressure in your low back. No pressure into your knees, neck, or shoulders. And you can really see how you can do work transfer from,
20.
I'm gonna do a little bit more because we did a lot more on the other side.
Oh.
We're gonna see how you can work transfers from some tightness in your calf all the way up into your shoulders and neck, or even your low back. So keep your abs engaged, really stretch out this muscle as we now do our hip circles.
Again, make sure you really feel your abs stretching and shortening.
Try not to move that head as you're doing your wonderful hip circles.
Opposite direction.
Okay. Suck that tummy in. Keep breathing. Okay. We're going to step forward, step back, hips back. Keep your abs engaged, no pressure in your low back, no pressure into your knee. No stress in your neck or your shoulders. Keep breathing. Abs. Feel the lengthening of your calf muscle. Keep your abs engaged. Okay. And then we're going to do a forward fold. Let's see which side. This side, I guess. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking in that tummy. Straight spine. Feel the stretch of your calf muscles. Knees over your tops of your feet. Feet parallel. And then here we go. You're going to bend straight in your left leg. You should feel a stretch in your calf and also, in your booty. Suck in that tummy. Okay, now bend and straighten your right leg. Keep your left leg straight. Make sure that knee goes straight forward, straight back. Don't let it go medial. We want to go straight forward, straight back. Okay, and then we're going to come back up. Abs are nice and tight. You're going to pump those hips forward. Again, no pressure in your low back because your abs are on. Feet are parallel, knees are parallel, shoulder blades are down and back. You can really see how this one muscle can really affect a lot of posture in your body.
Done.
Okay. We're going to switch the block to the other side now. This is where we're going to work on the range of motion of the ankle. So you're going to put the ball of your foot on the block. And what we're going to do is roll out to the side of your feet, but you're trying to keep all your toes down. You're going to roll back across. You're going to twist, and it's called small arching your foot. And then you're going to rotate, go in the opposite direction. For the most part, your knee stays over the top of your foot as you do this. There's going to be certain points that can't. Keep your abs engaged, your chest up.
So with that tightness, you're going to want to tuck your tail a little. But make sure you stick your butt out.
So you're trying to articulate over each toe.
Abs in.
And now you're going to do more range of motion. It's like a circular motion with your knee and your heel.
Keep the abs in.
Try to articulate through each toe, each joint.
10.
Opposite direction. Because if you have a toe that doesn't work, you don't have balance in that direction. Okay, good. Let's switch sides. We're going to start out with rolling in and out. You're going cascading over each one of your toes like you would doing a piano scale. Abs are nice and tight, chest up. What did you say to do on the other side?
Stick the booty out. Don't tuck your tail. Keep the abs engaged, pelvic floor lifted.
This is why people are often surprised when they go onto a part of their ankle or ankle motion, foot motion that's new, and they usually fall over. That's why we want to work on this. So we're going to articulate through
Abs in.
I was just going to say that because my abs were perfect.
10.
Opposite direction.
Abs in, stick that booty out.
She's talking to you guys. Look at the camera, don't look at me. Watch the balance, because this is telling you all about balance. Okay, we're gonna switch sides again. Now, you may need a little counterbalancing on this one, just cause. Your heels down, abs nice and tight. You're loading weight onto this. We're only gonna do a few of these. You're gonna, ooh, lift up, lower down. Ooh. Abs are nice and tight. You're using your core to lift you up. Hold your balance on like that. I was just demonstrating. Lift and lower. Use that ankle. Quit pushing me, Maria.
10.
Okay, let's switch sides. Maria, stop pushing me. That's how I can do it. I'm gonna angle this a little bit. There we go. Same thing on this side. There's a terrible condition of the Achilles tendon. It's called Achilles tendon tendinosis. This is where the Achilles tendon starts to desiccate. It's where we go to right before we snap that Achilles tendon. And this is one of the ways to prevent it. By getting an Achilles tendon to work properly.
10.
Ah, thank God. We're gonna put that block underneath your left toes this time. Your toes are curled under. That same articulation we're gonna do over the top of your toes. We're gonna get the ankles involved. Keep your abs engaged.
The blisters from this.
Oh, yeah. Maria has blisters on her toes, so she's not doing it perfectly. You have to forgive her. We went snorkeling out to Flat Island, and her fins are a little too tight.
Actually too loose. I couldn't tighten them.
Opposite direction? Oh, they were too loose. Oh yeah, because rubber was dying. Okay, switch sides. Same thing, you're looking for articulating over every joint. Abs are engaged, chest is up, butt's out. Opposite direction. Abs are engaged. So you can see once they're, because motion across the extremities, you really have to keep your core on. Toes are under once again. We're gonna do squats. You're gonna lower down, come back up. Keep those toes curled under. Shoulder blades are down and back. Abs are nice and tight. Keep breathing. Okay, let's switch sides.
What is that sound?
It's Wolfie.
Oh.
Wolfie's snoring away. Abs are engaged, chest up. You guys can't hear her, but she's snoring pretty loudly. Okay, we're gonna do it again. We're just gonna stretch the calf. Abs are nice and tight. We're gonna do it, you know, I just mentioned before, it's mounting your hips. You're gonna get over the top of your hips with your abs engaged. It's easy to do with your abs turned off, and then all the pressure goes into your low back. Keep your abs engaged. Keep breathing. Okay, let's switch sides. Same thing on this side, abs are engaged. Suck in that tummy. Feel the lengthening of your calf muscles. Notice how your upright posture is getting easier to manage. Okay, we're gonna switch back to this side once again. Abs are nice and tight, hips are forward, chest is up, shoulder blades are down and back. You're gonna move your head and neck around. Keep your abs engaged. Believe it or not, your head's an extremity. So you have to keep your core on when you wiggle it around. What number is that?
9.
Opposite direction. Once again, you can see how the calf muscle influences something very distal to it. It can affect your neck motion. What number? Abs? Abs, abs, abs.
7.
It is okay if you hear your ears popping. In fact, that's good because it's opening up drainage out of your eustachian tubes. Okay, other side. Don't worry, we're getting to more exciting stuff. Keep your hips pushed forward, abs engaged. Same thing. Move your head and neck around.
Want me to do this?
Nope. Oh. We did it on the other side. Maria hasn't had much sleep. Literally in the last 2 nights she's had 3 hours of sleep. I don't know how she does it.
10.
Opposite direction. Again, if your ears are popping, that's okay. Abs. At 10?
9.
Oh my goodness.
10.
Okay. Good. Step off. Get your marbles back. Don't want you to be dizzy because that's a lot of head motion that you don't normally do. You're going to take your left leg back behind you. Both legs are straight on this one, but you will be on high heel on that rear leg. Abs are nice and tight. We're going to continue with some ankle motion. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking in your tummy. That left leg's back behind you. You're just going to lower down onto your heel and lift up. Abs are engaged. It's like you're launching yourself forward. Keep breathing. You are using your left butt cheek as you push off because that's proper mechanics. Hold your balance. Don't wobble all over the place. Okay, stay at the top. Abs are nice and tight. Remember where your foot is. You're going to lift it up and you're going to put it back down. Lift up, lower back down. Your head doesn't move. Your quad is on both legs, but primarily your left leg. And your butt is working.
10.
Okay, now you're going to take it across midline. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking in your tummy. You're going to let this hip drop down. This one drops down. This one elevates. Abs are nice and tight. You're going to lift, pull the leg through. You're going across your body and then back down. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking in your tummy. Once again, your head, for the most part, doesn't move. If it's moving all over the place, you're not moving from your hips. You're moving from your head. Hold that balance. Abs are engaged. Suck that tummy in. Smiles are up. Smiles are up. And now that leg is going to come to the outside. From the outside, your abs are engaged, shoulder blades are down and back. You're going to take that leg across midline. It's like you're running. Don't let this torque come out of your knee. You are using your hips. So if you feel pressure in that right knee, figure out how to re-engage your abs and your core so it doesn't go into your knee. Smiles are up. Another one? Okay, good. Legs back behind you. You're on your tiptoe. Both legs are straight. Abs are engaged. Chest is up, arms go back behind you. We're gonna do this with straight front leg. Normally we bend. We're gonna do it with the straight front leg and then we're coming back up. Don't use your low back, use your abs. Spine stays straight. You're working your right hip in the elongated position. That's why it's a little harder. The knee is elongated. Smiles are up.
9, 10.
Good, we're switching sides. Leg is back behind you, both legs are straight. Abs are nice and tight, both feet are parallel. You're lowering that heel down and then lifting up. Keep your abs engaged. You're rolling and articulating over the top of your toes using your calf muscle, ab muscles, and butt muscle on that right side.
10.
Okay? Oh yes. Abs are nice and tight. Your legs are locked out. You're gonna lift that foot up off the ground. Put it back down where you got it from. Lift and lower. Your head's not moving. Okay, good. Take that leg across midline. You're gonna lock your head in position as you take your leg to the outside and then back to the inside. Keep your abs engaged. Keep your knee aligned. No pressure in that left knee, because this is all hip work. Good, now your leg goes to the outside. Abs are engaged. You're gonna cross midline like you're running. Your head doesn't move. Try to get that knee above the level of your hip. Keep breathing. Smiles are up, and leg goes back behind you.
Oh yeah.
Abs are nice and tight, both legs are locked out. Arms go back behind you, you're gonna hinge forward, and then come back out. You're breathing, keeping your spine straight. You're using your left butt cheek, not your back. Suck in that tummy.
9, 10.
Okay, good. We're gonna switch legs. Your left leg goes back behind you. Front knee is now bent. Your knee is over the top of your foot. Shoulder blades are down and back. Abs are nice and tight. We're gonna do sit-ups here. You're gonna suck in your tummy and then release. Suck it in, release. Just keep going. Okay, staying in this position, your hand's gonna come off your thigh, your head's not gonna move as you lift and lower your leg. All the work is happening through your right booty cheek, you're stabilizing through your abs, Dynamic work is going through your left butt cheek as you lift and lower that leg.
10.
Okay, from here your abs are engaged. We're gonna do what we did before. We're gonna cross midline, and then you're gonna take your leg out to the side. Stick your butt out, chest stays up. You're gonna stay on the lower side. There is a bend in your knee the whole time. Suck in that tummy. You should feel your booty working. So now we're connecting ankle motion all the way up to the hip.
10.
Good. Leg will go to the outside. From the outside, abs are on. You're going to take it across midline. You can follow it with your right arm. Keep your abs engaged, your spine stays straight. You're moving primarily from your left booty cheek. Oh, sorry, your right booty cheek. Right booty cheek. Smiles are up.
8.
Watch the rotation in the right knee. There's
9.
none.
10.
Good. Leg goes back behind you as we finish out with our arms back behind us. Suck in your tummy. You're going to hinge forward and then come back out. We're breathing. Holding our balance. Suck in that tummy. Straight spine. No pressure in your low back because we're using muscles and not joints. Feel it in your low back. It means you're using joints. Smiles are up. Oh, goodness. Switch sides. Right leg goes back behind you. Abs are nice and tight. Front knee is bent, knees over top of your foot. Hand goes on your knee first. We're doing sit-ups, suck in your tummy, release. Suck it in, release. So this is our chance to work on muscle stabilization as you start to fatigue. So if you start noticing you're cheating or falling off balance, I want you to really tighten it up and correct it. Okay, arm comes out to your side. Your head doesn't move for the most part as you lift your leg up and lower back down to the same spot. Abs are engaged. Keep that knee over the top of your foot. Keep breathing.
9, 10.
Okay, leg goes across midline. Okay, and then we're gonna take it out to the side. Chest stays up, abs stay on, front knee stays bent, butt's doing the work. Abs are stabilizing to protect your back. No pressure in your low back at all. Front leg does not straighten.
9, 10.
Good. Now you gotta take that leg to the outside. Let me see. I may have to put this over here. Abs are engaged. Suck in that tummy. So it's you're bringing that opposite arm to opposite leg. You got this. Got the idea. Watch the alignment of that left knee. All the work's in your right butt cheek and your abs. Nothing in your low back. Hold that balance. Okay, good. Back to your legs back behind you. Front knee is bent, knees over top of your foot. Suck in that tummy. Straight spine. You're hinging from your hip, not from your back. Keep breathing. Suck in that tummy. Nice. Feet come together. We're going to do hip circles. Just loosen up your butt. You guys feel your butt? I feel my butt. Try not to move that head.
Try to really feel that elongation and shortening in your abs as your hip moves.
Go in the opposite direction. Oh. Okay. So, one of my favorite movies from the heyday of musicals was Gene Kelly, Donald McConnell, what was it? Debbie Reynolds in Singing in the Rain. And there was a character named Lena Lamont. She was the blonde that had the face, the body, but not the voice or the personality. But she does this little arm motion that I think is hysterical, but it's actually great shoulder stabilization. So we're going to do the Lena Lamont. We're going to do it in homage to her. You're going to take your arm out in front of you. It's going to have a slight bend in it. It is literally like you're wiping off the wall. So what I want you to do is tense the muscles of your bicep, the tricep, and your forearm, your wrist, and your hand. And it's like you're wiping off the wall. And we're going to do that straight forward. Keep your abs engaged. Your knees are bent. Your feet are parallel. Keep your core on. This is where we really activate things. First chakra, our pelvic floor. Second chakra, lower abs. Third chakra, upper abs. All staying on as we're working the arm muscles, doing the Lena Lamont, Singing in the Rain, arm hand gestures. Smiles are up. It's in the final scene where they're on stage and she's making Debbie Reynolds sing in the background. Keep sucking in your tummy, just a little bit more. And good, the other side. Slight bend on the arm, bicep is on, tricep is on. It's like if someone's ready to push you and you don't want them to push. You're gonna do this little arm circle. We're working some of the smaller rotators of the shoulder. It's right in front of you. You're wiping off the wall. It's like if you got a pie and you're rubbing it in someone's face. Keep that arm locked out. The arm stays locked out. You're moving the elbow. See how I'm doing? I'll help on Maria. She's going to go in and out, in and out. There we go. Keep your abs engaged, core on. First, second, third chakras are on. Okay, now we're going to take the right arm, we're going to angle it up. Now we're cleaning more up the ceiling at 45 degrees. Notice how the elbow goes in and out. It's not the wrist motion, it's shoulder motion. Abs are engaged, suck in that tummy. And good, other side. Lock out your forearm, lock out your bicep, your tricep. You're gonna move from the shoulder. You're wiping a pie on someone's face that's a little bit taller now. Suck in that tummy from the shoulders. Keep breathing. Okay, we're going to take it back behind us. Slight bend in the arm, bicep on, tricep on, forearm on, hand on. You're wiping a pie on top of a short person's head or someone kneeling on the ground. Or you're buff polishing a bald person's head. Either way. But you're moving from that elbow from the shoulder.
10.
Okay, same thing on the opposite side. Bicep on, tricep on, forearm on, and you're moving from the shoulder. Suck in that tummy, don't let the abs shut off. Good. Now, we're going to take it out to the side. Same thing. Keep your lat on. Slight bend in the arm, bicep on, tricep on. It's like I'm rubbing a pie in Maria's face. You should feel your shoulder stabilizers working. If you're doing everything correctly, it should be slightly exhausting. Okay. Slight bend in your elbow, bicep on, tricep on, forearm on. Suck in that tummy. Keep your abs engaged. It's really easy to shut off your core because you feel work in your shoulders. Don't do it. Wipe that pie in someone's face. It's one of those cream pies that nobody eats. Okay, shake out your arms. We're going to do it together. Both arms are out. You're twisting from your elbows, from your shoulders. Abs. So your abs should contract as your elbows come together. Okay, we're just going to take it up 45 degrees. Abs. Find out where your stabilizers are weak, because they're the ones exhausting out right about now.
Okay.
Okay, back behind you, same thing. Like you're fluffing up some cushions before you sit down on them. Abs are engaged, suck in that tummy.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna angle this way, so we're gonna turn our arms this way. Why are we doing this, you're asking? Because we're about to go down and work our shoulders on the ground. Okay, good. We're going to the ground now. So come onto your knees. Oh, we haven't done something. We gotta do something first. Get your block, because we did long angles at the knees. We're gonna do short angles at the knees. Knee goes on the block first. Abs are nice and tight. Head's over top the block. You're gonna do hip circles first. Keep the head over the top of the block. That tells me your core is on. If your head starts moving all over the place, I know your core is off. Keep breathing.
Opposite direction.
Keep everything stabilized through your core. Okay, push your hips forward. We're just gonna go side to side. Abs are nice and tight. Again, this is a muscle group we constantly repeat in this class because it's one that shortens up. When the hip flexors shorten up, you're gonna get all sorts of low back pain. So keep your abs engaged, no pressure in your low back. Okay, now you're gonna take your right hand, grab a hold of that left foot, pull your heel into your butt. We're gonna start out with our hip circles again. Abs are engaged. Push those hips forward. Oh, get any point in the
Abs
circle that's
in.
not round. What's that?
Abs in.
She's talking to you guys.
10.
Opposite direction, because my abs are in. Ooh. Push those hips forward. Notice if going in the opposite direction is harder.
10.
Okay, release that leg. Straighten your front leg. You're gonna reach forward with your left hand first. Reach, 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 reach. Abs are engaged. Suck in your tummy. Don't let this work go into your low back, straight spine. You should feel only stretch in muscles, no joints. And then you're gonna reach forward with that right hand. Grab your toe or the ball of your foot. Suck in that tummy. Okay, we're gonna finish out this short angle stretch by just going into the thinker position. Abs are nice and tight, you're sucking in your tummy. Okay, keep that tummy sucked in. We're gonna take that left arm across our body, and we're gonna do a rotational twist. This is in case you're playing dice on the ground. It happens because I did it at Christmas time. A whole bunch of men were playing dice on the ground. I had to play with them. They were very generous men. Every time you lost, they gave you money. Those are the guys you want to gamble with. If you feel excessive pressure in your metatarsal heads, that's the knuckles of your toes, just push your heels back. You shouldn't feel stretch in those knuckles. You should feel it in the plantar fascia and your calf. Okay, we're gonna switch sides. Okay. Once again, your abs are engaged, your head's over top of the block. We're gonna do hip circles, keeping your core on. If you have your core on, your head doesn't move, and your knee stays over top of your foot. Let me line up with the camera, I'm not lined up. Okay. Suck in that tummy. Move from your abs, not from your head.
Opposite direction.
Keep breathing. Just up. Smiles up.
Nine, 10.
Okay, stretch forward as we go side to side. Suck in that tummy. Keep breathing. Keep your abs engaged. Smiles are up. 10.
9.
Okay, reach back, grab that leg back behind you. Pull your heel to your butt, push your hips forward, hip circles. Suck in that tummy. Notice how your abs want to shut off just because you're feeling tension in your quad muscle. We don't want that to happen. We want, if you feel tension, we want more tension. Opposite direction. Okay, what did we do? Anything?
Cross, straighten.
Oh yes, straighten the front leg, cross midline. We're gonna reach forward first with your right hand. Oh, I'm gonna move over so you can see Maria. Abs are nice and tight, you're sucking in your tummy. And then you're gonna reach forward with your left hand, try to grab your foot now. Keep breathing. Keep sucking in that tummy. Come back up again. Oh yeah, thinker. Once you're in thinker pose, you're gonna take your right hand across your body. We're gonna do a spinal rotation. If you feel excessive pressure in those metatarsal heads, once again, push your heel back. Abs are nice and tight. You know what's funny is I've lived in Hawaii now almost 8 years. My feet haven't gotten any tougher. They still get burned when I walk on the hot pavement. I haven't calloused up yet, and when I walk on that mean coral stuff that Maria can just walk across like it's regular ground, I still scream like a schoolgirl. Abs are nice and tight, suck in your tummy.
But your feet have gotten bigger and wider.
Yes, they have. I went from a size 8.5 when I moved here to now I'm size 10. That's the weirdest thing. Quadruple E. So they went long and wide. I got a flipper.
10.
Okay. We are going to come out of this and come into kneeling.
You don't need fins pretty soon.
Yeah. Okay. You can do this in push-up position, but quite frankly, I recommend doing it in the kneeling position. We're gonna go onto our hands and knees. Your abs are engaged. All you're gonna do is turn your elbows so that this is called your cubital fossas are pointing forward as your hands are on the ground. And then you're gonna rotate them so they face each other. Forward, face each other, forward, face each other. This is an internal, external rotation with compression across all the joints of the upper extremities. Keep your abs engaged, keep your pelvic floor on. Don't lose the pelvic floor, in fact. It's the most important part. Try to keep all the knuckles down, all the fingers down as you do this. Okay, now turn your hands out 90 degrees to what they were. Same thing, internal, external rotate. Notice you have almost the same range amount of motion at the arms and shoulders, which is kind of interesting. Suck in your tummy. Got a number?
10.
Okay. Now your palms are going, your pinkies are almost, faced in the same direction. Same thing, turn in, you're not going to turn in as much or turn out as much. We're going to lose a little range of motion in this position. but you're gonna get a nice stretch to that forearm. There's almost no motion that goes on here.
Okay.
Good. Whew. We're gonna come out of this for a second, shake your arms out. So this next thing we're gonna do is working stabilization across your pecs. So we want your abs to stay on. Let's just do it for a split second. Then we'll come back to it. But what we're gonna do, we have our ball and our block, just so you guys can feel your pelvic floor, because I know it's gonna wanna shut off.
Michael is having his squirrel moment.
Yes. Squirrel. Abs are nice and tight. And then put the ball midway between your pubic bone and your tailbone. We're gonna sit on the top of the ball, shoulder blades are down and back, heads over top of the ball. All you're gonna do is squeeze everything, your abs, your pelvic floor, your lats, and then release. Squeeze, release, squeeze, release. Remember where your pelvic floor is, really squeeze that pelvic floor. We're gonna do about 20 of these just so you can feel your pelvic floor. Because the mistake is to immediately work transfer up your body. We don't wanna do that.
Okay.
Smiles are up. Look what happens to your body shape if you can see your own image in the video.
20.
Okay, we're gonna move the ball and the block because now you can feel your pelvic floor. That's what we're going after. Your arms will be out to your sides wider. And all you're gonna do is go down low. We're gonna stretch. We're gonna go to the other side as we do these like circular motions. You could carry as much weight through your legs as you need to. What is that, 3?
4.
Is this 5?
6.
Okay, arms go wider, same thing. You're moving through the range of motion of your shoulders. What number are we on?
5. 6.
Good. Bring your arms back closer again as we go in the opposite direction. See if you have as much control going in the opposite direction. Okay, arms go wide. Whoops, we went a little long. We'll go back and catch it on the other side. Keep breathing. Is that 5?
6.
Okay, we'll stop there. We'll go back, arms closer together. We'll go the opposite direction just to balance it out because we lost count. 4.
3.
Okay.
4.
Okay. Oh, that's right. 4. That would be 10. Okay, shake out your arms. So on this one, we're gonna do it. There's 2 options. If you're not so strong, you can just go into what looks like cobra and then into child's pose. If you're feeling stronger, you can go from cobra and you can roll through it, bring yourself back up. But for this, we're just gonna go back and forth because I'm feeling especially lazy. All the way up though, chest goes up, you're in that nice cobra position, then you're gonna push back into a child's pose. Go back and forth, and we're mobilizing the shoulders. Squeeze those shoulder blades down and back, then open them up. Squeeze them down and back. Open them up. Keep breathing. Abs are nice and tight. How many is that?
7.
Oh my goodness.
8. 9.
One more.
10.
Okay, good. Rest for a split second, shake those arms out. Shake those arms out. We're doing a compressive load into the shoulders. This is why this is hard, but it's also good for you. Because, as you know, the hips are load-bearing joints. The shoulders are actually not in load-bearing joints, except when we work. So unless you work your shoulders a lot, you're not going to put a compressive load into your shoulders. So next position is going to be with your legs out in front of you, knees bent. And yeah, Mario's going to go at an angle so you can see. Your fingers are pointing away from you, so I guess the word is cephalad, but you guys might not know that word. You're going to push your hips up, and then you're just going to lift and lower your hips. This alone will get your shoulders, really squeeze those shoulder blades down and back. Abs are nice and tight. Keep breathing. Suck in that tummy. See how easy it is to shut off your abs because you feel your butt working and your shoulders working?
How many are you doing?
What's that?
How many are you doing?
10?
Oh,
How many is that?
8,
That's what I thought.
9, 10.
Okay, so we got the shoulders worked. So sit up nice and tall, just wiggle around, see if you accidentally put it in your neck, or did it stay in your shoulders? Because if it stayed in your shoulders, it should feel pretty darn good in those shoulders. Okay, we're just gonna do a little bit of sit-ups now. You're gonna put the ball on the small of your back. Oh, we're gonna move the microphone. Oh, that hurt.
You or the microphone?
Both. Chest up, shoulder blades down and back. Now we want you to separate your head from your tail. So you want to make that distance from your head and your tail as far apart as you can. Squeeze those shoulder blades down and back. You're going to suck in your tummy and then release. Suck in your tummy and then release. Last week we worked on long and short angles of the shoulders. We're going to do a little bit of it here because it's just a great thing to do to connect to your abs anyway. So squeeze those shoulder blades down and back as you're doing these sit-ups. Now, keep your shoulders squeezed down and back. Your arms are coming off the ground. You're going to move your arms in various positions, keeping the squeeze of your shoulder blades down and back. Abs are nice and tight. You're going to go off the same side. You're going to go up, but keep those shoulder blades squeezing together. Suck that tummy in. So arm motions are extension of abdominal connection. And that's good. Okay. Still continuing to separate your head from your tail as much as you can. Now we're going to separate the shoulders. So we were bringing them back, squeezing them down and back. Now we're going to separate them apart. Abs are engaged, suck in your tummy. Once again, set your arms into motion. Ouch. What's that? Move it in various positions over top your head, back, behind you. You can do one arm at a time. And good. Rest. Okay, we're going to straighten the legs. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking in your tummy. Shoulder blades are down and back. Chest is up and along through the neck. We're going to do sit-ups again. Suck in your tummy, release. Suck in your tummy, release. Keep breathing. Okay. Arms go up. Suck in your tummy. Shoulder blades down and back. You're going to move once again. You can move one arm at a time, or you can move both arms at the same time, doing various things. You can go up, you can go back. Keep those shoulder blades squeezed together. This is long lever, as you see.
10.
So Mario and I were talking to a fellow instructor of fitness and yoga, and We talked about what happened during Zoom, the Zoom period of COVID, where we were teaching online in class, and how we went from cheating class, correcting everyone else's posture, to actually doing things correctly in class, because now we can't run around and correct people's posture. Okay, so now your job is to open up your shoulders. So they were squeezed down and back. Now you're going to open up wide, sucking your tummy nice and hard. Once again, move your arms and shoulders around. You should notice it's much more fluid. See what it's like to go up as well as back. You're going to notice that there's a stronger need for connection in this long position. Okay, arch over the top of the ball. Your feet are going to be pointing up. Shoulder blades are down and back. You're going to rock your hips from side to side. Keep your abs engaged. We're elongating the hip flexors and stabilizing the abs. And then we're going to go for a little walk. Opposite hand, opposite foot. Use your core, not your extremities. So your abs are engaged.
10.
And rest. On this next set, you're going to start with your opposite hand, opposite foot that you started with. So I started with my right hand, left foot. Now I start with my left hand, right foot. Right, you know what I meant. Left foot, right hand. Abs are nice and tight. Okay, good. Abs are engaged, rock from side to side again. Ball goes under the sacrum now. You're going to just bend your knees. You're just going to twist from side to side. These will work your obliques. Keep your tummy sucked in. If the ball moves, just move it back underneath your sacrum. These continue to be sit-ups if you're doing them correctly. Oops. Uh-oh. Did I
break
hurt
the
you?
microphone?
No, no. I'm gonna grab the cord so I don't. Okay, go ahead, take the ball out from underneath your back, lay flat back against the ground for a quick second while I change out the music. Where is it? There it is. Okay. Now lay on your roller lengthwise, butt at one end, head at the other end. So what we should have done is tighten up all the extremities into your core. That is a good thing. Once you're on the roller, make sure your butt's on the roller. We're going to tip the head slightly off the end of the roller so we can get the head neutral over the top of the pelvis. Then you're going to fire up first chakra, close up third chakra, suck in second chakra to get your spine against the roller, squeeze your shoulder blades down and back, and now breathe. You can see how the dynamic shape of the spine assists in breathing. Just inhale and exhale. You can gently rock your head side to side. Keep breathing. And then just come back to center. See what it feels like to breathe from your center. Feet are parallel, knees are over tops of feet. First, second, third chakras are on. Shoulder blades are drawn back. Head is over the top of your pelvic floor. You're inhaling and exhaling through second chakra. You guys remain on your rollers. I'm just sitting up to bring you home. It's so easy to use the extremities incorrectly and not use the core. Veering away from major muscles into minor muscles. To working into what you feel versus what should be stabilizing. It's harder to feel our core. It's really easy to feel the extremities, and that's why we can start abusing the extremities, because there's so much sensory feedback. But it's learning how to stay connected to your center and also receiving feedback. I guess that's a statement about life too. Getting feedback from the environment and have it go to your center instead of staying up towards your extremities, including criticisms and critiques. Have it go to your core instead of stay to your extremities where you can deflect it away and just take it in. Feel what it feels like to be centered in your breath, and then draw everything in from your extremities to your core, especially at navel, and then just kind of tighten it up as you breathe. You guys have done an amazing job. And as always, on behalf of Maria and me, we want to thank you for being here, doing the crazy things we ask you to do, being present, and mainly being supportive of us. We appreciate you, and namaste.